What's going on, everybody? Welcome back, my MoJo Ninja Clan. Dude, we got some excitement today, baby. I know y'all seen the title, seen the thumbnail. Today, we are privileged to try out a new product. Now, I was trying to look up some stuff on this radio and seeing if there's anybody else who has possibly installed this into their car or into their WRX. And I haven't really seen anything yet, so maybe we may be the first. And we got this opportunity because of I want to make sure that I'm not butchering their name. I was trying to look up stuff on how to say it, and I want to make sure I pronounce it right. So if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Please correct me. But it's I want to say it's Aucar, and it's Aucar is the company. And one of the representatives, Eric, he reached out to me and he was like, "Hey man, would you be interested in reviewing our radio?" And this what it is. It's the Tesla style radio for the WRX. And man, when I tell you this thing looks super nice, and I was like, "Yeah, man, I would love to try it out." Heck yeah. So thank y'all. Big shout out to y'all for giving me this opportunity to showcase your product. And of course, we're gonna give it a fair review, but first things first, it's probably gonna be done over a series of videos, and this video is gonna be revolving around installing it into your car. So, hey man, let's get into it. All right, y'all, so here it is. This is the unit right here, man, golly. Now, this is a much larger screen than what you get with the Idoing, and man, when I take this thing is just, and this looks like it's going to be more of a flush fit, and I'm putting fingerprints all over it, so we're going to clean that up. But everything that came with it, it's the head unit itself. They sent me some instructions. There's a user manual, and this looks like some SIM cards, man. So they sent some SIM cards. I'm at to ask about this one, but they sent SIM cards with it, and all of the harnesses and stuff that you need to install it. All of the connectors and everything for, if you want to, for all the stuff that you might want to use to hook this thing up with. But for me, same thing with the Idoing. I don't really plan on using it, connecting my phone to it. And I don't, to be able to include the SIM card means that's going to be an extra expense as far as for what you got to pay for. So I really don't want to use that. But you have all of these things here if you're somebody who wants to use that, your RCA cables, all of your adapters. This is for your microphone. If you have a different size microphone, it gives you a different connector for a larger microphone. And then it's got your antennas for your SIM card. Also, you have your main harness for where you cut your effector, so you don't have to cut into any wires. It should all be plug and play. And there's your camera cable, so you can connect your reverse camera. And then it has your GPS. We're probably gonna locate it in the same spot as we did the other one. And then you have your USB connectors for wherever you use, Apple CarPlay, or if you got music on a USB, there's that as well. So now, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go over the wiring and where everything goes. But I think the first thing I need to do, because the install on this one's gonna be a tad bit different from the Idoing. The Idoing, we had to take all of the stuff out of the factory air vents and put it into the Idoing unit. Where for this one, it looks as though you just have to put it back in the factory vent bezel. And we're gonna reuse that, and this is just gonna go on the bottom of it. Now, another difference between this one and the Idoing is that besides it sitting flush in there and not kind of sticking out, is that it's gonna hang down a little lower. So this is gonna be interesting to see. So it's gonna cover up a little bit of that area at the where you got your little cubby hole where your cigarette lighter is and all of that stuff to you use it to charge your car or put stuff down there, charge your phone and all that stuff. So let's get into where the wires are going to go in the back of the radio. Okay, so now this is the back of the head unit. Now the cool thing about this is that your factory climate control, you're not going to have to reuse that because this one is already incorporated with the head unit, so it's part of it as well. Let me flip this thing back around. These are going to be your AC controls, and I'm assuming it's going to be for both sides. We're going to have to see whenever we get it installed inside the car and then we start using it. But this is where you're going to do all your climate control. It's all here and here. And let's flip this thing back over. Okay, so then your factory connections for that are going to go here, and another one's going to go there. And then all the other connectors are going to go on the back of the radio here. Has everything labeled out for your antenna, and this is for your GPS, and then this is for your 4G, or if you're using your SIM card, which is another option for you to use. You have those connections right there, and everything for your factory harness and the harness that comes with it that puts it all together. Kind of pre-laid these things out where everything is gonna go, and I'll just take them out one by one to explain what it is. So for your reverse camera, now for us, you know, you have your plug for your reverse camera from the factory connector will connect into this, and then that will go into this area right here. That's the connector it will go in right here on the bottom right there. So that's where that one would go. It would go here in this bottom one to the corner. The main harness where all of the other connectors go from inside the car, and I'll show you that whenever we get in the car. But all of those connectors are right here. But for the main, for all of that, where it's actually going to plug into once you plug it into the car, when it comes to the back of the head unit, that plug is going to go right underneath the 10 amp fuse that's right here. There's a 10 amp fuse right here. And then this one's going to get plugged in right there for your main harness. And along with that, on that main harness is also where your antenna wire is. So your antenna wire is connected to that same thing, and there's the connector for it right here. So whatever's behind the dash will plug into this connector right here, and then you will plug this into this spot right here on the radio, on the back of the radio. So that's for your main harness, and we'll put that to the side. And like I said, your reverse camera is going to be right here, and it's right next to that same connector, but it's at the bottom right there. That one's going to go there, and that's for your reverse camera. And for your USB is going to go right next to that. So that's going to be your brown connector. It's going to go right next to it right here, where the reverse camera is. It's going to go there, and push that to the side. And then if you want to use your microphone, and here's the, like, it comes with your mic, and you have to put that whatever you want to put it at in the car, preferably on the steering wheel if you want it close by so it can hear you. There's that, and that is that purple connector, and that purple connector is going to go right in here on the end right here on the right side, right there at the bottom. So we'll put that guy to the side. And now next, if you wanted to use a SIM card and and have all of the same functionality as a cell phone, you would use this connector right here, and it has the little housing where you put your SIM card at, and then that's going to go right here at the top right, the very top right there. That's where that plug is going to go. And then if you're using RCAs, if you got an amplifier or anything like that, these are your RCA cables for that. And that will be the next one. That will be the plug in the middle at the top right there. And then if you wanted to, well, this right here is going to be, wait. Let me make sure I got that right, because I may have just messed that up. Hold on. Oh, this is for your auxiliary camera harness. That's what this one is for. This one right here, I'm sorry, y'all, I made a mistake. This is your RCAs. That makes sense now because there's more of them. But this is your RCAs if you got an amplifier, and that's going to be at your top left right there. And this is right here just for any additional cameras that you add to the car. You can connect them in right here. You connect them in with this connector right here, and that goes in the middle right there. So if you're using an amplifier, that will be this connector right here, and this will be the light blue one. It's going to go right here at the top left. And then, like I said, your antennas here, and you got your GPSs, which is going to plug into that right there, which that's this part right here. That's going to screw in right here. That's your GPS line. And like I said before, from your factory, this is where your climate control is going to get plugged in from your factory harness into the back of here, which is it's got the wires going up right here for this one side, and this is for the other side because it's dual climate on a WRX. And that's your wire rundown. So now the next thing I got to do is remove the Idoing head unit from the car and get everything prepped up so we can go ahead and put this guy in. All right, y'all. So, man, it's hot in here, man. I'm telling you. But so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put you guys on the time lapse, and we're gonna get inside the car, and then y'all let's see how I take it out. We're gonna pretty much take the radio out of the dash, the Idoing, pull out all of the accessories that I installed in there, put them all out, take them all out of there, and then prep the radio up to get installed in, and then we'll go from there.
You on my mind a lot, don't need no time watch. I don't know how I got you in my pocket spot. Yeah, that's babe, need you every day. You like my oxygen, make it seem like the barging down. Got my heart no barging in, from the bed to the floor to the couch. Might wake the neighbors up, break you in then break you out. In the end we gon' make a child, then we gon' hit the shower. Part 2 we don't need no pause. You with Misty, we gon' get tipsy, don't need a power shot.
Copy my steel, face the fact that ain't no cap, I'm real. Ain't no cap, I'm real. The plastic bars tryna copy my steel. Copy my steel, face the fact that ain't no cap, I'm real. Ain't no cap, I'm real. The plastic bars tryna copy my steel.
Got my heart no in the bed. Break you in then. Yeah, this every day. Got my heart no in the bed.
All right, it was almost harder getting this thing out of there, getting all these connectors off of the back of this one, but we got the Idoing head unit out. So now let's grab all of the cables and the wires that we're going to be using. And let's go ahead and locate those things and put everything where it needs to go. I didn't show y'all this, but these are the instructions that they came with. They're very detailed. Got the pictures, all of the connectors are numbered. It tells you which one goes where. For your cables, as far as for your camera cables, your RCA harness. It tells you with everything. And now it also sets you up. I don't have a telematics unit, a module in my car, but if you do have that on there, it lines out where everything goes on there and what you have to use. It pretty much labels everything by letter, tells you where it goes as far as the connector is concerned, the corresponding connector letter and numbers, and connect them to the right thing. So all of that is all right there. But let's get in here and I'm gonna show you guys what it is. All right, so here we go. We're inside the car. So all our connectors, this is from the factory harness right here. And this is part of the ground for the antenna and all of the ground and for the radio. And this cable right here. So now on the diagram, it tells you this is connector E. So connector E is going to go with the lowercase e. That's kind of how you got to do that. And this right here connector, which is for the reverse camera. This is the reverse camera connector. So this is what goes into your reverse camera connector from the harness that they supplied to you. So we're going to plug that in there. Now, I'm probably going to be wrapping all of this stuff up with black tape and all of that. But for right now, I'm just going to connect it in here because I want to test everything out before we actually put the radio all the way in and make sure everything works. But for right now, that's where that connector goes. And then, you know, these two connectors are for the back for your hazard light and for your multi-function screen right there at the top. All right. And now this plug down here is for your AC control. So that's going to go inside of the head unit itself. And then we have these connectors right here. And this right here is for your radio antenna. So for your radio antenna, this is going to be on that main harness. It's the main big harness. So on that main harness, which connector did it say that this one was? So this right here is connector F. This is the lowercase f. So we're going to go to uppercase F, which is how it says it on the diagram, which let me show you that right here real quick. So right here, it shows you uppercase F. That's going to go to connector F, the lowercase f right there. And even on the diagram, see mine, I got it in color. So it tells you, you know, F to F and E to E. So you got the green, that red F to the green F, which is this connector right here on the main harness. And in that way, you connect that right here. So let's go ahead and connect that. That's in. And then as you know, this antenna This goes into the back of the radio where I showed you guys earlier. But until we get the radio in, that's gonna go right here to the side right there. So we'll put that right there for right now. And then next up, we have connector C, which is this guy right here. And C is gonna go into the C connector on this main harness. So let's find that guy, which is this one right here. So the C is gonna go to the C. That one's gonna go there. And then you got this bigger cable, which this is connector B, which is gonna go to the lowercase b, which is this connector right here. Line it up. And everything is keyed in a way to where it fits into your factory connector like it's supposed to. So it has that there. And that's where that opening is right here on the connector. So that's gonna, it fits right in there. You know you're wrong because it ain't gonna fit in there. But then at that point, the next one we have is this main, the larger cable, the larger connector. And this is, which connector is this? D. So connector D is gonna go into this one, which is the lowercase d, and it has the writing on it, the WYD 813. That's gonna go right there. That gets plugged in like that. And then next up we have, all right fam, so here we go. So now we're gonna start the process of plugging everything into the back of the radio. So now we have our reverse camera cable, which is right here. Your reverse camera is gonna go into slot 6, which is gonna be right over here. We got that one plugged in. Then we have our radio antenna cable. We're gonna put that right there. There we go. That's in. And then our USB plug socket, which is gonna go right next to the reverse camera. Making sure y'all can see this. Okay, that's in. You hear a click, and then we got our main harness here. It's gonna go in right there underneath that 10 amp fuse. So we're gonna plug that one in there. All right, that should be in. Then next up we have, what else do we have down here? There's that, and then our AC controls. So we're gonna put that right there. All right, then our GPS. All right, so now I'm gonna sit this thing right in here to where it hopefully doesn't fall out. All right, here we go, y'all. So let's see if this thing's gonna work. Key on. All right, we coming on here. Android. And there we go. Seems to be on. So now let's get it to the radio. Let's see if the radio is working. Oh, we working there.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. We are doing.
That's it.
All day.
Okay, we got the radio. I gotta go grab my phone. But we got that going. Let's see if the reverse camera works. Oh, it's probably not gonna work because the key is not on. Now it's telling me no signal. Reverse camera settings. So let me check something out real quick. See if we can get this thing to start working or not. All right, y'all. So we do need this cable This cable right here is the is part of the camera cable. So it has the connection that for on the camera connection, you still have this yellow one right here. Well, that is supposed to plug into the CCDV cable, which is the green one. So you're gonna plug that yellow connector into here. I'm trying to do this with one hand, and this is just not the easiest thing in the world to do. All right, that's in there. And like I told you in the beginning, this plug right here, this connector is gonna go into the middle of the 3 at the top. So that's gonna go right there. All right. So now let me put this thing down, and then let's see if we got it going this time. So let's sit this back in here. There we go. Sit that in there, and let's give this thing another whirl. So let's turn that on. And there we go. We got picture. So that's working. We good to go, dog. And the AC is controlled right here. This is your on and off button for the AC. I believe this might be for the radio. We'll play with this in a second, but we got everything on. Everything is working. Now I need to go grab my camera. I need to grab my my phone, plug it in, and let's see if the Apple CarPlay will kick on and start working. All right, y'all. So I'm looking at the instructions a little bit to seeing what's up with these, and it looks like these are connected on this diagram right here. 5-pin reverse camera plug. Hey. But it has these connected on here. Those two, and that other, the yellow one is just not going to be used, but that's plugged in. And then I forgot about one more down here, and it's the number 5 plug. Number 5 is the 20-pin CanBus plug to the head unit. So I'm wondering if that's going to get the steering controls to work, but we're gonna find out. So let's go ahead and let's plug that guy in. So that guy gets plugged in right down here. Okay, that's plugged in. And then we're gonna connect these RCAs and we're gonna see what happens. Not too sure. CCDV is yellow. Aux L, we're gonna use these two. The red and the white. Now let's hang that guy in there like that there. Okay, so according to that, that's what we got to do. So let's see what we get after that, plugging that in. All right. Oh, just let me know that the door is open. All right. So now it's connecting to the phone for the Apple CarPlay. And now we in. So, hold on. All right, let's do that. So now let's go to. Okay, so I turned Bluetooth off on my phone, turned it back on, and now it shows the GT6 BT-CBA, and that's what it identifies as. So I'll click on that, and then we'll pair it, allow, use CarPlay, and it says it's connected. Okay, so what are we doing now? Okay. There we go. Oh, there it is. We on the Apple CarPlay. Good stuff. Click on there. Shoot, let's see. Looks like we in, man. I don't want to get copyrighted, so that's kind of why I can't really play no sound on this thing. So let me see. Let's play. Oh yeah, we in there. So that's it, man. Well, dang. So yeah, let me go ahead and I'm gonna finish installing this thing completely in there. I'm gonna clean up all of my wires, and when it's time to press it in there, I'm gonna turn you guys back on and then show y'all, the process of putting it in, so you guys can see that. And then I'll have to figure out the rest. I'm probably gonna do another video where I'm going through the functions of it, because I gotta figure out how to use this thing. But this one's it's pretty much just a review. I mean, this is just pretty much the install of it. Pretty much verified that everything works. Now comes the part where we gotta push it into the dash here. So let me set you guys up real quick. All right, let's see if we can get this thing in here. So let's lift this up here. Now it's got connectors down here that's supposed to slide in. So you just want to line up this top section right here. Let me show you guys. You want to line these up with the designated holes right here in the dash. So these two are going to go there. Once you line those up, everything else should line up just as it needs to. So let's try this out. Just want to make sure none of our wires, we're going to push those to where they don't get caught up anywhere or get pinched anywhere. All right, so now let's line those up. That's there and there. All right, so the first 4 have already clicked all the way in, but this one is pretty much there though. That's what it feels like. And there we go. It's in. That's it. Now maybe we're still able to retain this too, so that's good. It just fit right on in. It clicked up here at the top, and then right here, just if you feel down here, you'll feel whenever it goes in, just push down here on these 2 corners right here at these 2 bumps. Just push it in right there, and it went all the way in the rest of the way. Yep. And now comes for the top part with the vent. So remember, we had to go back to using our stock vent bezel. And then we just plug these in. There it is. Now, I ain't want to be trying to, put some shots out there, but dude, this was easier to install in the dash than the Idoing, and it didn't. I mean, it's clean, and you still get to use this factory thing, so it matches and it looks better. Radio is in, and it looks nice, and it comes down a little bit further right here. So this is where the other radio, the stock radio, and everything else ends right there. But now this goes down that much further, but you still have access to this. But this is nice, man. It looks good. I like it. Now, the only other thing I would say about this thing is that I wish that this area of the radio right here is glossy. So it's pretty much off from everything else inside the car, because it's kind of like, like a flat. If it matched this, I think it would be better. But all in all, I like it. It'd be nice to have like a little carbon fiber insert to put around this. That'd be kind of cool. That way then it'll match with all the other carbon fiber bits that's in the car. But I like it. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just knocking the camera around. It came out really well. And let's make sure everything still works. Okay, we got the time. Everything is there. It's telling us our elevation. What's going on there? Let's do car audio. It's trying to connect. Let's see how long it takes to connect to it. There it is. Oh. Okay, whoa. Now, another cool thing that I like about this, man, you know, I asked about this, and you know, I've said this before. The only thing the Idoing I didn't like was that the volume button, you had to tap it. But now we actually have a knob for the volume, man. That is sweet. So we got that. Everything works like it should. Now this radio has a lot of functions to it. And I'm not, because this video is probably already too long, I'm gonna do another video showing how to kind of work everything and a lot of the other functions that it has that you can actually do. It's like attachments you can buy that helps this thing talk to everything else in the car. But let me finish wrapping all of this stuff up, man. I still got to deal with that and run that cable, tighten it up. And I got to put everything down here for the glove box, get that going. And then we're good to go. Hold on, let me do one more thing. Make sure the camera's still working. God dang. Yep, and our camera is still working. Look at that, man. All right, y'all. So the radio's installed, and it's a lot going on here. Now I still have not figured out how to get the steering wheel functions to work, but I'm gonna reach out to them and figure that part of it out. It works, but it's kind of backwards. So I just got to figure out, I got to play with the radio a little bit to figure out where the setting is or which app is the one that controls that part of the, the controls. But other than that, radio was easy to install. Popping it in there, it was just smooth, no issues, no problems. The radio looks really clean in there too. So I'm gonna ride on it for a little while and then we'll review it after about like maybe a month. And then we'll see where we at with it. But all in all, I wanted you guys at least have, and I show you guys the radio, how to install it. And I'm gonna do another video because this video will be really long if I try to go through all of the functions and try to figure out how it works. So I'm gonna do a separate video for that, but which is gonna be the next video that comes up after this. And it gives me time to kind of play around with the radio and try and figure some things out about it at the same time. So appreciate y'all. If y'all made it this far in the video, man, thank you. If you're a new subscriber, man, or if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that like, man, so you can get some more cool content. Also, I forgot to add this in there, but I do have a discount code. It's a $50 off discount code, and it's MoJo Ninja 50. And that's the discount code for if you're interested in getting this radio. I'll link their website in the description. And the discount code will be down there as well if you guys want to check this radio out for yourselves. But again, big thank you for, hopefully I'm saying this right, Aucar, Aucar, for giving me the opportunity to showcase one of their products, their Tesla style radio, and see how it runs. So appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you get notified whenever I put out a video. And until that next video, y'all, peace.